Hi, hello everyone from wherever you are in this world. Welcome to ACT International Consulting LLC. This is Josephine Arjo Carina Turner, based here in Atlanta, Georgia, USA, but I'm originally from the Philippines. The focus of my sharing for this time is all about my journey in studying with Harvard University, specifically using the Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential pathway to get admitted to the Harvard Extension School Master of Liberal Arts in Government program. So that pathway has really helped me a whole lot and to fulfill my dream to be one of the postgraduate students of Harvard University. So let me start by sharing this. So I made a title, Turning Ambition into Achievement, my HKS-PLC to HES ALM Journey. HKS-PLC means Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program, and HES ALM is Harvard Extension School Master of Liberal Arts in Government. These are the two shields for these respective schools. I just wanted to give a briefer for what Harvard University is. For those that don't know, Harvard University is a private Ivy League research university located in Cambridge, Massachusetts, USA. It was founded on October 28, 1636, making it the oldest institution of higher education in the United States. And it was established by the Massachusetts Bay Colony and named after John Harvard, a young minister who donated his library and half of his estate to the college. The significance of this university, of course, is globally known and recognized for academic excellence, research, leadership, and also historic legacy. Harvard College is one of the Harvard's 14 schools serving the undergraduate students, while the other 13 graduate and professional schools educate the remainder of the university's students. You can get more about Harvard University history from this link. Veritas, you always see this around the Harvard in any emblems or any branding for the university. Veritas, verity or truth is a Latin word for that, and it became the basis of the seal that was officially adopted by the corporation in 1843. So this has become the central element of the university's graphic identity. So that is and very much the identity of Harvard. These are the different schools and the years that they got established. So they got some monalities in them. Shape, Veritas is always constant, and there's just specific differences in the design representing what they do specifically. So these are the names further of the schools. Harvard University, business, continuing education. That's where I am part of right now. Dentistry, design, divinity, education, engineering, government. That is with the Harvard Kennedy School. Graduate school, there's law, medical school, public health, Harvard Faculty and Arts Sciences, and also Harvard Radcliffe Institute. So the Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program is the focus of this presentation. And the requirements to register for the HKS PLC is having the online registration completed to confirm eligibility. There's a bachelor's degree required, minimum of 5 years work of experience, proficiency in verbal and written English, and time commitment is about 10 to 12 hours per week, including a required weekly video conference with fellow learners worldwide. So when I was taking my PLC, I have classmates from different parts of the world, most from the USA, but I'm blessed to have so many classmates from different parts of the world. So Veritas, again, the shield for modeled for the HKS school is after the U.S. coat of arms, reflecting public service and also governance. If you go to the Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential website, this is what you will see. that it is 100% online, 100% Harvard. Because some people might be having doubt what is this school is all about. So that's basically it. And the Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program is offered fully online, and it is designed for current and aspiring public leaders, policymakers, and also nonprofit professionals. Provides graduate level training in leadership, policy, and public management. So there are 6 courses across the 3 focus areas: evidence for decisions, policy design and delivery, leadership, and ethics. And I also followed the same sequence when I did mine. Course structure is pretty much you have to focus on completing the 2 6 weekly online courses, A and B. Courses provide engaging and collaborative experiences similar to the HKS degree programs. Courses are led by subject matter experts and, of course, faculty teams. Flexible learning path. You can begin with an A course in your chosen focus of area. After completing an A course, choose to continue with a B course in the same area or start an A course in another area. You cannot do a B course of the same area without completing the A course first. So I'm gonna be explaining more of that one. So this is again from the website of Public Leadership Credential. So you can take all 6 courses plus the capstone. And 8 courses, for example, in any of the 3 focus: evidence for decision, policy design and delivery, leadership and ethics. For me, I did evidence for decisions A, and then B, policy design and delivery A, and then policy design and delivery B, leadership and ethics A, and then leadership and ethics B. So that's what I did. I just took one course at a time in that kind of particular sequence. So this was the time when I first enrolled for the course for HKS-PLC, and I took the course A, evidence for decisions from descriptions to decisions. That is the title of that course, and I enrolled for that on July 19 of 2019. Although the classes started around August of that year. These are our professors at the HKS-PLC program, and they're all amazing. They're all great, highly interactive, and also I'm very thankful for the different teaching assistants for each of the courses that they taught. So as I shared earlier, you need to successfully finish all 6 courses, 2 in each of the focus area, complete a cumulative online capstone project that integrates the knowledge and skills from all of the courses, applying leadership training to real-world scenarios. Fulfillment of the capstone grants to the public leadership credentials. So you really have to have a certificate after completing all of the courses. So for my journey, it took me some time. This is from my dashboard for the courses that I have taken, just for you to have a glimpse of how I did the A and the B. By the way, the grading is not is only by pass or fail. So you don't get an A or B or C like that compared to the regular programs, degree programs. For the PLC, you only get a pass or a fail. So as I said, I did A and B for each of the core courses. So I did evidence for decisions from description to decision as my A, my first course. I did evidence for decisions, causes and consequences, my B course. Then I did another core program, the policy design and delivery. My A course was the systematic approach. My B course was on innovation and scaling. Leadership and ethics, my A course was on leadership, moral leadership in personal practice. And my B course was on leadership and ethics, moral leadership in organizations and society. As you can see, I also have the dates right here. This is from my dashboard. This is from my Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program dashboard. And then it will give you a status and also what's your final grade. And then the capstone assessment. That's the last one that I did. So I started in 2019, one course at a time, one course at a time. And I completed fully the program on June 14th of 2021 already. So like over like a year. And why I was very interested to to be part of the HKS PLC program, it's because of its two pathway. It can have a pathway for the mid-career master in public administration that is under the Harvard Kennedy School, or the Harvard Extension School ALM in government. So the mid-career one, I was not able to really do that. Number one, it's because it's requiring you to be on campus for the summer and also for one full semester. I cannot simply do that because I have two young kids, and it's very expensive to also be on campus for the full semester and also one summer that is required. So I went on to choose the Harvard Extension School pathway, which is Master of Liberal Arts in Government. And after completing the PLC, part of the requirement for admission to the program is having passed the pro-seminar course, and it's required to have a grade of B or better in order to be admitted to the masteral program. And then the PLC uh, course that I took from the HKS will be counted for 12 out of the 48 units required, or credits required. So that shortens the ALM timeline and grants a graduate level credential while, of course, I'm working on my master's degree. And this one works much better for me because lots of the courses are online. Although later on, I'm going to explain that there is a course requirement that I have to go on campus for the on-site course of before graduating for the program. So what does the PLC program certificate look like? This was my credential. So I completed my capstone right around June 14 of 2021. Then I got my public leadership credential certificate. This is just part of the certificate. The certificate has an authentication that I did not include it in capturing here, but it is secured and issued by the Harvard University, and that includes the 6 courses and the capstone assignment. So right after that, because I completed everything, and I'm about to be on my third year of the Harvard credential program, I thought of going and processing or starting my Harvard Extension School journey. So I went on to look for the CRUISE test. This is for the critical reading and writing skills test. It's required for evaluation, and then its payment is also done online with application of the transcript of records. And if you pass the cruise test, then you can take straight to do the pro-seminar course. If you're not passing the cruise test, you can either do alternative courses, and then you proceed on completing that prerequisite for the pro-seminar before you can get enrolled in the whole program. So what is Harvard Extension School? So now I'm done with Harvard Kennedy School. Now I'm shifting my mind into the Harvard Extension School Master of Liberal Arts in Government degree program. Harvard Extension School is one of the degree granting schools of Harvard University, offers flexible part-time and online programs for working professionals. And ALM is the Master of Liberal Arts in Extension Studies. It is the graduate degree that I'm trying to earn through the Harvard Extension School, and because I'm part of the HKS PLC program. The HKS PLC program is specific for government, so that's what I have to take government, because that is the focus of the HKS PLC pathway. So I took the government instead of these other degree programs that HES has. So again, the school shield is right there. It is symbolizing lifelong learning. Iconography signifies accessibility and also flexibility. So what works best for me is the Harvard Extension School because of its flexibility. I'm able to still be with my kids. I'm able to still, be with my family, do lots of courses online, be able to do work, and a whole lot of things. There's a course requirement, but it is not. It's like maybe I might be taking the 3 weeks one, but it is not extensive and exhaustive as like being on campus for one full semester or one full year. So this is one of those that I have attended on orientation from the Harvard Extension School when I just first like started to be part of it. And again, this is the my pathway. I have completed the six week online courses plus the capstone. I have earned the credential within the 3 years. I'm actually on my third year, so that's why I'm trying to really like rush my application. And it is a standalone credential career for a professional advancement. I'm able to use my HKS-PLC for so many online mentoring that I've done and also engagement with different organizations. So I've enrolled in the 100 pro seminar Introduction to Graduate Studies and Scholarly Writing, and I have to get the requirement there is I have to get a grade of B or better. And after the seminar, I have submitted my program application, and also I've requested the Harvard Kennedy School to complete and send my PLC completion letter to the admissions at extension.harvard.edu. But before I'm able to take the seminar course, I have to do the prerequisite course for that. But it took me some time to do that as well. So here's the credit towards the ALM program. A full PLC credential, 12 credits, will be credited toward the 48 degree ALM degree. Individual PLC courses do not count for the towards the HES credit, and PLC credit shortens the ALM degree timeline by at least 1 year. And what are the benefits for the PLC program? It provides a direct accelerated pathway to the ALM in government, offers graduate level credentialing even before the full degree completion, and acting as a stepping stone to a Harvard master's degree while enhancing professional credentials. That's why it works so much better for so many people. So, because I came from the Philippines and I graduated for my bachelor's and master's in the Philippines, my transcript of records has been part of the application process. Is transcript of records. And these are the courses that I've taken and or degrees that were granted to me, and I have to submit that to the university. And Harvard Extension School also requires that for evaluation of previous academic work, and of course as part of the admission process to the ALB or ALM programs and placement, and of course course eligibility. So because my college was done outside of the USA, my TORs were sent to a third party. It's called the CEDE, and my transcript from the University of the Philippines at Los Baños and University of the Philippines Open University were sent to them. And then the TORs were sent electrically and also a mailed hard copy for the verified ones to the Office of Pre-Degree and Advising and Admissions of Harvard Extension School. So as I said earlier, my courses from my university were sent, and then I also have to complete the online application and then communicated to my university in the Philippines the requirement as part of the process. And then my TORs were submitted to Harvard Extension School, and then electronic mailing and also hard copy mailing. When I became part of the Harvard Extension School, my first course, I was given the DCEID. This is the Division of Continuing Education ID. and it is a temporary ID assigned when I first created my HES account or a register course that is non-admitted student. So at that time, I was not admitted as a postgraduate student. So I got my DCE ID. I use it to log into the DCE student portal, my DCE, before I have full Harvard access. And it is alphanumeric, and it is not considered as a university ID. I can't access all of the Harvard systems. So it's part of this division of the continuing education. And as I said, it is mostly specific to extension and summer school students to access the MyDCE portal, course registration, and Canvas. This is part of my DCE before, so I have to do a pre-registration before I can enroll for a course. Then I went on to do Expo 42B. Expo 42B is an alternative to the cruise test. I got a professor and or academic advisor that said because of the lag, the big gap since I took college and I'm now entering into postgraduate, she recommended that I have to take the Expo E42B because it's the prerequisite for the pro seminar, of which I did in spring of 2003, and I really love this course. It was an amazing one. This is how you choose the course. So now this is my DCE portal. It listed the course that I have enrolled, and at that time I just took the undergraduate credit because it's much cheaper with respect to price. But the pro seminar, it doesn't matter if you're gonna get it on a graduate level and or post or undergraduate level, you still it will still qualify for the requirement completion for the pro seminar prerequisite course. So that's how my portal looks like in my DCE. So I completed that course and I get a grade of A. So I was just required actually to get a grade of B, but then I got a grade of A, my first A for a Harvard, any Harvard course. So because I was able to pass that, now I complied the prerequisite to enroll for the SSI E100B, which is the pro-seminar Introduction to Graduate Studies in Government History and International Relations. So this is part of the course when we choose courses at Harvard. This is how it looks like. Now this time I choose the credit status as graduate because this is a course that is credited for admission, required for admission. So this is my professor. This is how the description of the course like when you enroll for any of the courses at Harvard. And cost and affordability at that time, my tuition in 2023 was at $3,100 course, and some other peer institutions maybe they are like at the range of 5,000 something for course. So I'm still so much better off with Harvard Extension School. There are financial aid and grants available, but that will be post admission. Until now, I have not really like done that. I am self-funding my education. There are also federal aid options available, but I also did not tap into that. There's too many processes that needs to be complied. Academic requirements, you need to have a GPA of B or higher in the pre-seminar, B or higher in other courses with a cumulative GPA not less than uh, 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 you know, uh, uh, 3. Yeah, the passing is a 3 for the grade of 3. Withdrawal with grades 1, withdrawal grade allowed without GPA impact. Additional withdrawal grades count as 0. Repeat courses are generally not allowed, not greater than 3. So GPA stands for grade point average. It is the numerical measure of students' academic performance, typically from 0 to 4.0 scale in the US. And A, that means 4, which is the highest. B, which is 3, that's passing. C, then D, and the F is 0. So the average GPA of all grade points is across the courses. So for the Harvard ALM program, I need to be having a grade of 3 or higher in the pro seminar and a B minus 2.7 or higher in other courses. And my cumulative GPA must stay at 3.0 or above to graduate. That is the requirement, very, very strict requirement. So since I um, since I enrolled for the pro seminar course, now that is a graduate course, a requirement. The admission course, I mean, I was given the Harvard University ID. So now I got the right to be able to get my Harvard University ID issued to students after they officially register in a course or are admitted to a degree program. So this at this point I was just registered in a course. So when do we have to receive it? It's good for non-admitted pre-degree students. You receive an HUID after registering for your first 4 credit course at HES. My first 4 credit course is the pro seminar. This allows me to access Harvard systems like the library, Zoom for classes, and my DCA portal. And for admitted ALM degree students, they can automatically keep and use their HUID throughout the program. And it is required for on-campus courses, the pre-capstone, capstone, and student ID cards. So the Harvard University ID is 8-digit number assigned to all Harvard affiliates, used for registration, ID card, library access, and HarvardKey setup. So that's the main part of that. Now, what is HarvardKey? Before I was also very much confused. So this is my Harvard login account. I got a user name and also a password. I can access my Canvas, the courses, my library databases, my email, VPN, my DCE, and other online tools. And after getting a Harvard University ID, I can now activate my Harvard key. So that happened especially when I enrolled for the pro seminar and got admitted to the program and everything. So it provides an online access to Harvard systems. So it uses my name prefix, and I set my password during the activation, and it uses a Duo for two-factor authentication, and I was able to set it up through the website. So there are three different things, different IDs. DCE ID is specific only to Harvard Extension School and Summer School program. It's a temporary login before full Harvard access. And HUID, Harvard University ID, it is my permanent Harvard University ID, and it has 8 digits. Harvard Key, it is the login credential for all Harvard online systems activated using my own Harvard University ID. So when I uh, when I was like on the process of really considering applying for the ALM program, I have to do it during the time that I am still enrolled and or taking the pro seminar course. So I have taken it and submitted it before taking additional courses. Admission cycles usually for the ALM program are in fall, spring, and summer. I did mine during fall of 2023. That was November 1 to December 1, the deadline. And plan courses to meet the 5-year completion. I've already mapped out what courses I wanted to take, just like a project. Exploring financial aid and degree candidate resources. There are so many, but it's just so tasking sometimes. So far, I have self-funded my education, and I have visited admissions website most of the time for eligibility process, late fees, and so many other helpful resources. There are so many supplementary materials as well needed for you to prepare for your online application. For me, I have to collect the names of colleges and universities I have attended back in the Philippines, including my dates of attendance. I have updated my resume to reflect my current work experience, education, skills, organizational memberships, and or achievements. And I have to prepare a 500-word personal statement that would highlight the motivations and interests why I've chosen HES and my hope to achieve at Harvard and also in the future. So this is part of the online application. So I also have to navigate and plan out for all of that. Application deadline at that time in 2023, this is what the application deadline in the University schedule is like. So because I applied in fall, that is I submitted my application between November 1 to December 1, and then I receive the admission around almost late of January of the next year. So that's just the deadline. So I have submitted my application. This is part of the instructions for the registration in the admissions portal. And as I shared earlier, this is what I have to do. I have to do all of that specifically. So finally, yay, in January of 2024, I got the letter from Harvard Extension School that I got admitted to the ALM program. And this is part of the letter. And of course, I'm very, very proud and was wearing the shirt and the hat that was given to me by my friend, Miss May Pascual, and bearing the the great news that I had. This is really a happy moment. This is a testament that things can take some time, but if you are willing to take the sacrifices and also learning and never giving up, you can achieve it in time as well. So when I became admitted as a postgraduate student of the Harvard University, then before in my DCE portal, it's just my name. When I got admitted, I noticed the Master of Liberal Arts, ALM in Extension Studies, Field of Government added to my DCE portal. So it's no longer just my name. Before it was just my name. So this is how my portal I still access the my DCE in the Harvard Extension School, and then this is my portal, how my portal looks like. So as a recap for my timeline on admission, so I started July 19 for my first course. I enrolled in July 19, but then the course started in August of that year. Then I completed all of the 6 courses plus capstone and got my public leadership credential program back in August of 2021. And then in 2023, I completed the Expo 42B, which is writing in the social sciences. That is a prerequisite to the pro seminar course that I took the following semester in fall, August 2023. And then January of 2024, I got admitted to the ALM in government at the Harvard Extension School. And at that particular period of time, I am already like on completion for the pro seminar course. So this is really like something, and I'm very happy for the progress. So for over the years, the cost of the courses have changed. So I started with 3,300 something. Now the course fee is 3,440. So it has really like increased. So this is for 2025, 2026 fall season, and that's the cost of the ALM master's program. So as I said, there's like also an on-campus coursework requirement. Even though the HKS-PLC is fully online, the HES ALM programs require in-person components, especially for the masteral degree. So for me, I have to complete still the SSCI S300, and I call it the Engaging in Scholarly Conversation, before I could enroll in the pre-capstone and capstone, and that will hopefully be next year. So I'm planning to do that in summer of next year, and I'll be hopefully in Harvard University campus. So the timeline for the whole degree itself, I must finish the degree within 5 years, and the clock starts after the first degree applicable course, which is the proseminar. And courses should not be greater than 5 years old, so that they will, because if they're greater than 5 years old, they would not count. And late applications would risk loss of credit. So my HKS PLC pathway to HES ALM in government. So as I said, I completed the 6 weeks course. That was around 1 year to 1.5 year, or 1 year and a half. I did enroll in, before I enrolled in for seminar, I did the Expo 42B, which is 4 months. Then I did the pro seminar, that is another 4 months. Then I got a grade of A for the pro seminar, and then I was able to do the admission process and got admitted to the ALM. And I'll just have to finish the remaining ALM coursework, which is around 1.5 to 2 years. That is 36 credit remaining after 12 credits from PLC, includes an in-person requirement, the pre-capstone, and the capstone. So total estimated time to graduation is 2.5 or 3.5 years, exa- compared to 5 years. It's faster because 12 PLC credits are applied to the master program. Then if I did not do the public leadership credential program, if it is just a traditional like admission process, I need to register for 3 graduate level courses as a non-admitted student. So that would be 1 year. And it has to also include the pro-seminar course for admission eligibility. So pro-seminar is the admission course. Then you have to apply and gain admission to the ALM. Then you have to complete full 48 credit ALM program, that is around 2.5 to 3 years, including the in-person coursework, pre-capstone and a capstone. So you would be ending up at 3.5, 3.5, or 4 years maximum, maybe, depending on the speed that you will take courses at a time. So for my end, where I am at right now, so for the core and required courses, I completed the pro seminar. That was fall of 2023. I got a grade of A. Government seminar, global politics, ethnic politics, I got a grade of A for that as well. The government E 1620, the geopolitics of technology, I took that in fall of 2024. I got an A. Government E40, international conflict and cooperation, spring of 2025. I recently completed it, and I got a grade of B for that one. This is my first course that is not that is like asynchronous most of the time, and we don't have really like a specific time to meet. These other courses that I've taken, I have to be in class and be interactive with the teachers and everything like that. So I think that makes a difference. But no matter what, anyway, hey, I still made it to the requirement, and I get a grade of B. So all B or better, it meets the ALM requirement. And I strategically took courses that will also qualify for the international relations or micro credential. So I've completed the introduction to international relations, requiring government if 140 international conflict and cooperation. That course qualifies for it. And I have completed already 2 electives, global ethnic politics and geopolitics of technology. There's 3 required electives for the international relations. So the current course that I'm taking this fall, starting September 2nd, is Government E 1787. That is International Dimensions of Law, Politics, and Policy. So it qualifies both for a core program at the same time, the IR micro credential. So for 2026, these are my planned course to do. Only I only have to choose which one actually. So I have my high priority, I have my secondary priority. If they will be offered in 2026, and depending on what days are they offer and what time are they going to be offered, then I will choose one among these courses for spring of 2026. Then I will be going for an on-campus high intensive scholar engaging in scholarly conversation course that will be summer of 2026, so that I could enroll the capstone for fall of 2026. I need to do a capstone that is about policy writing and analysis pre-capstone, and spring of 2027 government E599 policy analysis capstone. So this is pretty much the timeline, the roadmap for my courses. So why international relations? I'm very much interested with international relations, and because you can do a stackable certificate with the ALM program, so I'm choosing international relations. So it's shorter focus program in international relations within the ALM in government track. It consists of four graduate level courses. I need to complete one introductory international relations course. That is either government E40, the one that I took this spring, international conflict and cooperation, or government E20, foundations of comparative politics. Gov- Government E20 was not offered this spring, so that's why I ended up getting government E40. There are three IR elective courses required, and I've already completed two of that. And I'm doing the government E 1787 this fall. Hopefully, that would complete all of the IR electives that is required, and I can gain my micro credential in international relations. Very, very interesting courses. So you're taking core courses that qualifies for both the government and also for both the micro credential on international relations. So, how does it stacks into the HES ALM in government? All of these four courses count toward the 48 credit ALM degree because I'm already admitted. And completing the certificate provides a formal micro credential. Yes, it's a micro credential on your transcript, demonstrates expertise in international relations as part of your master's studies. I'm very passionate about international relations, both for work and or for personal interest. Benefits: earn a credential early while progressing toward the ALM degree. So once I'm done with this third IR elective, I'm done with the four full courses. So by spring next year, I should be getting my credential. Specialized focus in international relations within the government program. Stackable credits, no extra coursework is needed beyond the ALM requirements. So where am I at right now? So this is how my progress looks like in my own dashboard. So it will state there how many credits I have completed, how many is still required. So this fall of 2025, I'm going to get take this international law and policy dimensions. And you can see here my grade. So far, I've got three A's, one B, not bad. I hope to get back and bounce back into having an A again. But all I wish is that I'll just wanted to pass. If I'm gonna get a better grade, why not? So I still have one course in spring, and then the engaging in scholarly conversation that's on campus. Then my pre-capstone and capstone. So still kind of like a long way to go. 16 more, at least 16 more credits that I need to take. And that is like one, two, three, or more, four courses left. So, but the HKS PLC has been very, very helpful. So for graduation, so the degree should be ALM in Extension Studies, and the field is government. Degrees are awarded in November, March, and May, but the Harvard commencement ceremonies is usually done in the month of May on campus. So uh, when when uh, when any student completes the public leadership credential pathway through the Harvard Kennedy School, and then you choose to do the HES ALM in government route for your degree requirements, then your diploma will say Harvard University, Master of Liberal Arts in Extension Studies, Field Government. So these are like two different schools in Harvard that has offered like a pathway. So for me, I am considered candidate. So right now, my status is I am a candidate for Harvard University ALM in Extension Studies and field of government. So whenever I write something on my resume about my education, that is how I have to place it properly. So fall course registration is still open until August 28th if you wanted to enroll for any courses, especially with the Harvard Extension School. Please visit this website, https extension.harvard.edu. I hope that I was able to share to you my journey, and this is something that I have promised so many people that have asked me what did I do after graduating Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program, what were the steps I have done. So pretty much I have laid out to you my experiences, including results of the studies that I have done. Lots of sacrifices along the way. I have to really budget time, especially now with full-time work. But I'm proud to say that I'm self-funding my Harvard education through work, through my online mentoring, business collaboration with other organizations, and I'm able to enroll my course, one course at a time, and be in compliance with the requirement of Harvard University to have a grade of B or better. In enrolling with Harvard Extension School, it is also a great joy to meet Filipino Americans, Canadian Filipino Canadians that were doing Harvard Extension School. I have met so many great people that we have done collaboration even beyond the course that we've taken. So I have established great professional networks, and I'm thankful for that. I am excited for fall season, and I'm excited for spring, and hopefully if all of my plans will just push through the way I tracked and planned my courses, I should be fine. And instead of graduating in 2029, I hope to be able to graduate in May of 2027 if everything will be going as planned. So I'm just going to be ready and be thankful and enjoying the learning, and at the same time applying what I've learned from the Harvard Kennedy School and the Harvard Extension School, and making use of that knowledge and leverage. So I approach this whole thing as a project. It's a personal project. Every semester, every course I'm taking them as a project. So I've coordinated my whole degree as a program. And each course I've taken every semester, I'm thinking of them as a project because they are related. And as a program, all of these courses that I've taken will give me the benefit to be able to complete the degree itself. So my mindset as I approach to studying habits is just like a project. I have to do this project every semester and have the goal of having a grade of B and or better. So if you're interested to learn more, please just go visit Harvard University, Google Harvard University and Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program and or Harvard Extension School. But I highly recommend, highly suggest that if you did not start your HKS-PLC journey yet, this is your best route to get into Harvard University. Sometimes they say the hardest part of being with Harvard is getting into Harvard itself, the admission. And I agree. Once you get admitted, the courses that you'll be taking, everything is doable if you're gonna devote time for it and just do your part and be compliant with as required by the courses because each of the courses specific requirement and you will exactly know how you are being graded. Just do it and follow the instructions. So I hope it helps for wherever you are in this part of the world, and especially to my fellow Filipinos, wherever you are in this part of the world. If you wanted to study with Harvard and you don't have time to really go on campus for all of the courses, please choose to do Harvard Kennedy School Public Leadership Credential Program and then take the pathway for the HES ALM. Maraming salamat po. Thank you.